field. However, given this compressed format, I think we have another advantage of being able to compare different models in a very short time, so that the differences between and among the models seem to be quite vividly illustrated. Well, to start with, well, to me, he's always professor, but president and Chairman Oyun-dae, I think he made a very important comment on this Korea's nation branding strategy by identifying the importance of providing our hands to the people and the country that are in need of our help. And indeed, he emphasized the need for us to greatly expand our ODA, Official Development Assistance, and I believe this one will, if it is done, and when it is done, I think Korea's nation brand or its image will greatly improve. And I think this comment of his is also consistent with the overall theme of this Jeju Peace Conference. And, well, Simon Anholt, well, he's always the guru in this field, and he made a very important comment by stressing the importance of the need to think of it from the country's point of view. In other words, from those who receive the image of Korea and the nation. And indeed, that was also echoed by Mr. Barnett's speech with his very illustrative presentation. I think we were able to make sure that nation brand is not a single unitized concept, but indeed it can be, it has multiple and different images shared by different people. In other words, Korea as a nation brand is not a single image, because each country, each people has different understanding of what Korea is. And indeed, in my own study, also I found that Korea as a nation brand is perceived to be relatively low in many European countries, especially West European countries. But in many Asian countries, Korea as a brand is given more, in some countries, it is given more value than many countries, including Japan. So when we develop nation brand strategy, not as a global approach, but as a strategy to increase its awareness in each country, I think we should be able to make sure that each country has different perception of Korea as a nation brand. And I think his remark was really vividly illustrating that part. Mr. Lee Dong-un indeed has presented another very interesting model, and indeed in his presentation he started by comparing different models, and I think that comparison was very important. And I think his NB-do model perhaps is more comprehensive than most others that are in existence. And the only question is how he can solicit or collect the reliable data from various countries in the world and make it more workable. And given the organization that he is associated with, Samsung Research Institute, I hope he makes a good progress in this regard. And, well, overall, I appreciate the organizer and Mr. Chairman for giving us this this chance to see and understand Nation brand so quickly in this 80-minute session. Thank you very much.
Dr. Cho, I really appreciate your being brief. And well, next commentator will be Dr. Kim Yu-kyung, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the great speech and presentation. I will start over again. Thank you very much for the great speech and presentation, which will be absolutely beneficial to our branding Korea process. Since my given time is so limited, I just want to give you a quick raise a quick issue, which is very simple but very essential. Since we are now in the middle of Jeju Peace Forum, I would like to focus on the role and influence of North Korea to our nation branding. I just want to ask a simple and soft question of all of us. Are we really branding Korea in the ultimate? Or then, how many Korea and what kind of Korea do we have? One of my friends living in the United States has talked to me, it's always joking to me like this. How many Koreas do you have? I have seen a lot of Koreas, North Korea, South Korea, sometimes Republic of Korea, DPRK, just Korea itself, and dynamic Korea. So many, 5 Koreas. It's already inundated with so many Koreas in one small peninsula. So I did explain it, but it took time. Some companies uses the name of Korea to measure the nation branding. So other companies measure South Korea, name of South Korea, to measure the nation branding. All the difference, they are sharing different unit of analysis in their own ways. Would the result be the same? In addition, we tend to, like Bernard Spitz mentioned, we tend to compare our nation brand value or nation image level with our GDP. Our GDP at 13th in ranking contains nothing but the objective performance of the South Korea. But whereas nation brand value of Korea ranked the 33rd based on whole NBI tend to be formed more holistically and be the mixture of South and North Korea. Such a broad identity is one of the significant factors worsening Korea's nation branding. Korea may be thought as a master brand or umbrella brand, which is supposed to control both Korea as its sub-brands. Even though we are not entitled to control or dominate North Korea's brand system, if any, Korea's image is very often perceived as the average of that North and South Korea. South plus North divided by 2. Even though we did very hard, if they did negatively, they're going to go to minus. So sometimes A++